Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of your Polyglot Academy. Today it's lesson 32 and we're going to talk about the coordinating conjunctions, so let's start. Now first we're going to start with an example sentence. Ich esse ein Eis und du isst einen Döner, which means I eat an ice cream and you eat a kebab. And if you would analyze this sentence, then you can kind of notice that this complex sentence is made up of two sentences. It is basically made up of two smaller sentences. Ich esse ein Eis, which is the first sentence, and du isst ein Döner, which would be the second one. And we're coordinating these two main sentences with und, which means and. And und is in this case a coordinating conjunction. But what is a coordinating conjunction? Well, coordinating conjunction is simply going to be a conjunction that connects words, phrases, and clauses that are coordinated, or in other words, equal to each other. Particularly, these conjunctions serve to coordinate two main sentences with each other, as we already saw in the last example. With the help of und, we're coordinating Ich esse ein Eis and Du isst ein Döner, which are both main sentences. Now, following on, here's another example. Ich habe ein Auto gekauft, aber ich habe keinen Führerschein, which means I bought a car, but I don't have a driver's license. And in this case, the coordinating conjunction is going to be aber, because we're coordinating the first sentence, ich habe ein Auto gekauft, and the second one, ich habe keinen Führerschein. And a thing which is very important to remember is that we can kind of distinguish main sentences from other types of sentences, because main sentences kind of make sense always, even if we're already going to read them out. So for example, if you consider the first sentence, ich habe ein Auto gekauft, even if we wouldn't have some more complements or some more elements to the sentence, then it makes sense. Ich habe ein Auto gekauft. It's also the same for the second sentence. Ich habe keinen Führerschein. You have subject, you have a verb, and you have an object. And if you're going to have that, then the sentence is going to be comprehensible. And because of that, it's named the main sentence. Now, in German, there are 5 conjunctions to remember. Aber, which means but, denn, which means because, und, which means and, oder, which means or, and sondern, which means but rather. And with these coordinating conjunctions, we can coordinate 2 main sentences, or even more than 2. We're going to see them. Here's another example. Möchtest du mit dem Fahrrad zur Schule fahren oder lieber zu Fuß gehen? In this case, oder is the conjunction which is coordinating the first sentence, möchtest du mit dem Fahrrad zur Schule fahren? And the second one, which would kind of be, möchtest du lieber zu Fuß gehen? But because we already said, möchtest du, in this case, would you like to? Then we do not need to repeat it. But just as you know, we have 2 main sentences. Because of that, we're using oder. Here you can see a second example. Gestern bin ich nicht ins Kino gegangen, sondern ich habe meiner Mutter geholfen. Yesterday, I didn't go to the cinema, but I helped my mother, but I rather helped my mother. And sondern is coordinating the 2 main sentences. Gestern bin ich nicht ins Kino gegangen and ich habe meiner Mutter geholfen. So this is very important to know, and it's also very important to know the meaning of the precise coordinating conjunctions in order to express yourself better, so that you're going to form more complex sentences, and that is very good when trying to express the language. And in the second case, it is also very important to consider the second sentence, because we have ich habe meiner Mutter geholfen, and we're using a dative, and we're using the perfect. Ich habe meiner Mutter geholfen. So you can see that the positioning of the subject and of the main verb and of the auxiliary is not changing. It is still remaining the same. And that is very important to remember. If you're coordinating 2 main sentences with a coordinating conjunction, the positioning of the subject and of the verb in the second sentence, it is still going to remain the same. So that is very important to notice. Now, in order to conclude this lesson successfully, here are some exercises. Try to translate the following sentences, and please write in the comments your answers. Now, try to translate them in German, and if you have any questions about any word you might not understand, just write a comment and I will get at you. Now, as always, if you went so far, thanks for your attention, and I wish you a nice day. See you soon.